Good day, YouTube, and once again, welcome to Bishop's Blast. I'm your host. I go by the name of Dr. Mebane, where we dive into what I consider a sanitized version of a YouTube channel, where we talk about all things firearms related. I'm not a subject matter expert by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just an old-retired Navy guy who loves God and has quite the affinity for all things that go boom. At this point in time, I want to first and foremost thank each and every one of you that have been consistently rocking with me. I want to run a kavod honor to you and thank you for taking time out just to tune in with me, and for also those that are liking and sharing. Please continue to do so. And I do want to admonish somebody who may have been jumping in, jumping out. Hey, try to hit the subscribe button or share this with somebody. Maybe you don't like it, but maybe they will. So I do want to thank each and every one of you for doing that. And now let's get into this edition of Bishop's Blast. Come on, let's get it in. Today, keeping it real simple. If you didn't notice by the thumbnail, you'll know now that this is mostly about the fact that, there you go. I voted. I'm not someone who spends a lot of time sharing my political views, if you will. However, I do admonish people to exercise one of the rights that so many people have fought so hard and long for us to have. Real quick, I know I made a mistake. Let's get ahead and fix this. I wanted to show you my EDC check for today. Voting for me was easy. I was in and I was out. So yeah, that's right. That means I'm rocking the EZ Smith & Wesson. It's a 2.0. It's the EZ. It's clear, safe direction, and shoot. It is the Smith & Wesson EZ because, ooh, that's so easy. And loading, it's easy. So for anybody who may have had issues concerning loading, racking, saying all that is so tumultuous for you to be able to do, why don't you get ahead and go to your local store or range and rent it and see if the Smith & Wesson EZ works for you. Now, let's get back into it. When it comes down to it, I'm someone who advocates for rights that other people have fought so long and hard for me to be able to have. I don't take those things for granted. Now, I also, as I started off by saying, I'm not big as far as sharing my political beliefs. But when it comes down to the right to vote, it's similar to how I consider when it comes down to my Second Amendment right to be able to bear arms. I'm an advocate for those that have said that they're going to exercise, to make sure that you do your due diligence. Make sure that if it was church, I'd say study to show yourself approved. But when it comes down to firearm specifically, I do believe that you need to train for proficiency so that you are not putting yourself or anyone else in harm's way due to your own ignorance. So I do believe in doing the research, seeking out other people who have more knowledge as it pertains to firearm related stuff than you do. And it's the same when it comes down to voting. Have you ever went to the polls and there were names on the list and you just didn't know which way to go? It might have been because you just didn't do your research. And I'm just an advocate of, I don't believe that ignorance is bliss. I do believe that knowledge is power. I do believe that we need to arm ourselves with as much knowledge as possible so that when it comes down to making decisions, we can make the most formidable decisions on our behalf. And when it comes down to it, I have to look at things from my beliefs and how what things mean more to me. So there might be things that mean more to you in different areas, which might have you vote differently from me, and I'm not even mad at you. But there's certain things that I do. I don't want to support a political candidate who maybe does not share my my resolve when it comes down to my Second Amendment rights. Also, sometimes when there is a candidate that is either oblivious to or totally against what I'm trying to do, regardless of what that other candidate is doing, I have to support the things that fall more in line with my beliefs. I'm trying not to get any deeper in that because I don't want to sway you one way or the other. I just want you to be informed when it comes down to the decisions that you have to make, because these are things that we have to live and die with. For those that say, hey, look, there's no good candidates out there, I'm not even going to waste my time. I'm not even going to hold you. Because there's certain people who are oblivious and say, hey, look, I don't want to exercise my Second Amendment right. And I'm not mad at those individuals either. But when somebody comes, there's a bump in the night, and you're calling 911 and waiting on them and wish that you had something to be able to assist you, remember the decision that you made. And when you decided to opt out on close political races, and there's a candidate that comes in and takes a position that is vehemently against the things that you believe in, and you decided, hey, you wasn't going to vote because your vote would have counted, don't be mad when things sway in the other direction. So I'm one of those people that believe in getting involved. I'm one of those people that believe in staying engaged. And I want to admonish each and every one of you to do the same. Now, I don't have much more time. I know this is Bishop's Blast, but I am a Bishop's in the Lord Church. We getting ready for a revival. And the one thing about it is I got packed, make sure everything is good to go. And for anybody else that out there that are doing ministry, and you say, hey, look, I feel like that I'm out here by myself. I really wish I could have some support. Or maybe you have a covering, but you feel like your covering is not covering you. I belong to Independence Fellowship International, which is a body of believers that operate autonomously, meaning we don't have any external entities coming in and telling us how we should operate. However, when it comes down to the point where we really need help, support, we need somebody to come and educate us on certain things. We need business individuals. We need musicians. We need people with IT or tech backgrounds to come in and help us out free of charge. We're part of an affiliation that can kind of assist in some of those things. So I do believe in iron that sharpens iron, and we're getting ready for that, for this revival that's going on in Mississippi. So I'm so excited about that. And I'm excited about, due to the fact that someone had to struggle, somebody did not have this right, and I do have the right, and I don't take it for granted. I'm excited that I make my vote count on today, and I admonish you to do the same. Once again, this is Bishop's Blast. There is something I need to do, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it next week or the week after next, but me and my son sometimes have a draw off to see who draws the fastest, and I continue to let them know you're not gonna beat me with this side or pulling out of a belly band when it comes down to drawing. I'm an appendix guy, and appendix is just faster. They did talk about the fact that there is some angst to them utilizing the appendix because of how it feels. Tried to explain to them the way that we can cant it so it becomes more comfortable. I'm gonna share that in one of the upcoming events to show you how you can, if you desire, to carry appendix a little bit more comfortable. But that's for another time. This is for this time. I hope you took the time out to exercise your right to vote. And I want to say God bless to each and every one of you. Continue to stay tuned with me as we talk about a lot of different stuff. But at the end of the day, being extremely supportive of our Second Amendment rights to be able to bear our arms. And I believe in training for proficiency so that we can become that much more comfortable if it ever takes a point where we have to defend ourselves utilizing some kind of force mitigator. So I want to thank you once again for tuning in with me. And I'll see you again next Tuesday as we dive into another one. That's right, another one. So I want to say, God bless you. Take care. And I'll see you real soon. Take care. Be blessed.